Our research is in early intervention to preempt severe mental illness. So in our research we work with children and adolescents. We see them once a year and we ask them a lot of questions, and we try to guess which ones may just have a bit of vulnerability that makes them more likely to develop mental illness later based on all their answers and their parents' answers. And those that do, we may invite them to do a course, a coaching course in skills that will help them develop in a healthy way and stay away from mental illness if possible. Notre programme de recherche est dans l'intervention précoce pour prévenir les maladies mentales chez des jeunes. I'm trained as adult psychiatrist, so most people I see are adults, and when I worked with adults with bipolar disorder, major depression, I often hear that the problem started early, but also many of these patients, they are also parents, and it's so often that I hear that, you know, what about my son, what about my daughter? They are worried about their kids. They say, you know, I see him, I just see myself at that age, he's so like me, and I know that this illness runs in the family, you know, my father or my uncle was ill as well, I worry he will suffer from the same problem, can we do something about it now? So this is a big question that came coming up. So in the group we most working with, which is the older children, early adolescents, that the early indicators include unstable moods, rapid changes in mood, out of proportion to what's happening, anxiety, and unusual experiences, usually hearing things that other people can't hear and not knowing what to do with it. If the young person comes with anxiety, it's learning not to avoid, to take things head on, but in smaller steps, perhaps to do it gradually and to experience success rather than failure. Often it's learning about breaking problems into small manageable pieces. For some, it's taking a step back and the ability to reflect before you make your next move. For many of them, it's about how they feel about what's happening to them, in normalizing their experiences, making them feel valued, realistic thinking, you know, evaluating. Sometimes people have fears that they are consumed with, and you know, yet they don't stand the scrutiny. And if children learn to scrutinize their own fears themselves, they have a lot in for the future. Well, our aim is in those kids who do the intervention, in those young people, we want to halve the risk of mental illness. That may be a tall order, that may be a lot to ask, but that's what we set out to do.